One day, after hearing the news of John the Baptist's death, Jesus and his disciples crossed the Sea of Galilee to find a quiet place to rest. However, the crowds heard where he was going and followed him on foot from the nearby towns, eager to hear his teachings and witness his miracles. When Jesus saw the multitude, his heart was filled with compassion, for they were like sheep without a shepherd. Despite his desire for solitude, he welcomed them, spoke to them about the kingdom of God, and healed those who were sick. As the day wore on, the disciples approached Jesus and said, "This is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the nearby villages and buy themselves some food." But Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." The disciples were astonished. "How can we feed so many?" they asked. "We have only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish." Jesus said, "Bring them here to me." He then instructed the crowd to sit down on the grass in groups of 50 and 100. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, he looked up to heaven, gave thanks, and broke the bread. He handed the pieces to his disciples, who distributed them to the people. Miraculously, the food multiplied in Jesus' hands. Everyone in the crowd, men, women, and children, ate until they were satisfied. When the meal was over, the disciples gathered the leftovers, filling 12 baskets with broken pieces of bread and fish. The people were amazed and began to say, "Surely this is the prophet who is to come into the world." But Jesus, knowing they intended to make him king by force, withdrew again to a mountain by himself to pray.